Hey, how's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. Real quick poll before we get started. How many of you are actually motivated to be here today? None of you? Okay. Oh, you're here for a grade. Perfect. Hey, that's a great place to start. That's a great lead into everything. Well, let me introduce myself before we go. My name is Grant Carter, and today we're going to talk about motivation. Now, I am not a motivational speaker. I am a speaker that talks about motivation. So we're going to go through some of the principles, some of the things about motivation. It's going to help you guys really get after the ebbs and flows, as I like to call it, of motivation. Now, you're kidding yourself if you think that you're motivated all the time. I will tell you from experience. I was a college basketball player, and some of the morning workouts were really tough to get out of bed. I am now a military officer, and I was lucky enough to jump out of airplanes at one point. If you think that I was motivated to jump out of the airplanes, you're kidding yourself. That was fear and anxiety, and that is for another day. But today we're going to talk about motivation. So let's jump into it. So my question to you is, what are you guys motivated to do? Just start naming things out. What are you guys motivated to do? Get good grades? That's awesome. It's always important to get good grades. That's great. Get a girlfriend? Girlfriend or boyfriend? Okay. Don't try too hard. I heard they don't like that. What else? What else do you guys want to do? Oh, become a level 5 dungeon master? I love it. That's great. I heard that's pretty tough to do. Make the basketball team? Great goal. I'm a little biased, but that's a great goal. So on when you're doing anything like that, if you're at your job, if you are working, if you are playing on a sports team, have any of you ever heard anybody say any of these things? I did everything the coach said and I still don't play. I studied all night and I still got a B. I'm the only lifeguard that shows up on time and I still have to work for John. Or I just don't feel like it today. A lot of those things, those are things that we call negative self-talk. And it happens to everybody. But it's important to get those out. And those really hurt motivation. I wouldn't be motivated if I were the first one to show up. But you have to look at yourself instead of looking at the outside environment to really get motivated to show up. It's a good thing to show up on time, and you need to keep doing that. So we're going to talk over some different types of motivation that may influence that for you. So what motivates you? Well, there's two types of motivation: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic is anything internal to you. So anytime that you feel something inside that is motivating you to keep going, that's intrinsic. So that could be any achievement that you've done, your curiosity about something, any pride that you feel that you want to do well, or any interest that you have in something. All those things are going to drive you internally to achieve your goals and achieve success. Now, extrinsic is everything that's outside. So that's the outside environment influencing you to do something. And a lot of times as a kid, that's where all your motivation is going to come from. You're going to have your parents influencing you. You're going to have coaches influencing you, teachers influencing you, all of them trying to motivate you to get to your goals of getting good grades, playing on the team, and eventually getting to college or working or whatever your goals are. They are going to be the ones that motivate you. Later on in life, money is going to be a big motivator. It's a motivator for me. I know it's a motivator for a lot of your parents and a lot of other adults. Praise. Everybody enjoys some praise. I enjoy some praise, and I believe a lot of other people enjoy praise. People can be humble. That doesn't mean they don't enjoy praise. They just internalize it a little bit better and hide it. Everybody needs some praise sometimes. Punishment. Punishment is the opposite of praise, and that can be a motivator too. If you know that if you don't do something, you're going to get punished, that will motivate you to get going. Now, is that something that's really going to drive you to achieve all of your goals? No. Punishment can get you in the right direction. All right, well, it's time to take a ride on the motivational roller coaster. Now, it's very difficult to keep your motivation up at all times. That's why I call it the motivational roller coaster. Sometimes you're at a peak, and sometimes you're at a valley. but it's how you get out of those valleys and how you get back to being motivated to complete your goal or your task that's important. So some of these things are what influences motivation. We're going to go through some of them. You're going to see that these influence one another. So we're going to start with energy. You have to bring energy in order to help with your motivation. Now, energy can be brought in many different ways. You don't have to be the motivational speaker or the loud, boisterous leader. You can bring energy by just bringing that effort, bringing your enthusiasm. Now, a lot of people aren't the rah-rah cheerleader type, and that's okay. But people are going to know if you're bringing the energy or not. Right, I alluded to effort. The energy will feed into the effort. Working hard on a daily basis. Are you getting better on a daily basis? That's going to keep influencing you to stay motivated to reach your goal. Focus. What is that you're trying to achieve? Are you trying to make the basketball team? Maybe. Are you trying to get a raise in your job? Are you trying to find that boyfriend or girlfriend? Either way, what are you motivated to do? Focusing on that objective is extremely important. Being persistent. It's very easy to be motivated on day 1. But are you motivated on day 10? Are you motivated on day 30? Are you motivated on day 365 when you're starting your season over? That's going to be the key issue. So starting out, everybody can start, but it's staying motivated throughout the process. One way that you can do that is by setting goals. What is your goal for next week? What is your goal for tomorrow? What is your goal from 3 months from now? What is your goal for the year? Setting little goals will help you stay motivated for your ultimate achievement. If you're on a basketball team or a baseball team, football team, winning championships should be a goal of yours. If you're not one of the best teams, maybe getting to 500. When I was on the my college basketball team, we weren't very good my freshman and sophomore year. But we had a goal that we wanted to win Patriot League championship, and we never got there, but we had the goal, and we beat some of the best teams in the conference. In my last 2 years, we're around 500. We won 15 games and 16 games my junior and my senior year. So it's very important to have goals. You can get there. You can get there as long as you have achievable, attainable goals. Support. Who's your support system? Now that can be your mom, dad, your brother, sister, your cat, your dog, your teachers, your principal, anybody that's around you, your coaches. It doesn't matter who they are, but they have to be a supporter of what you're trying to do. They all want you to get good grades. They all want you to get into college. People around you that have the same ideals, the same beliefs, and the same goals that you do for you. That's who you need to surround yourself with. And then the achievement. Once you achieve that goal, you're going to want more. It's going to build. So next year, if you win the championship, you may want to win the state championship the following year. If you win a state championship, you want to go and try to win the national championship. If you get a raise this year, next year you want to become the manager. The following year you want to become the supervisors and things like that. You want to continue to build that. And those goals will get higher. But once you taste the achievement, those things will continue to build. And you will stay motivated to continue to grow as an individual and prepare yourself for life. This is one of my favorite movie scenes. So what I want you to do is take notice to the player, the coach, and some of the things that go on around the situation. And we'll discuss this after we watch the video. That was a pretty powerful video. So what did you see? Did you see the power of motivation? I think you did. I certainly did. The way the coach went about motivating the player was unbelievable. It was a great tactic. So he started when he didn't really need motivation. He was very hands off. He gave him a little bit of praise. He clapped a little bit. He pushed him. He talked to him. But he really started to motivate when the player needed it. He really turned it up at the end. 10 more steps, 5 more steps. And he pushed him not to the 50, to the goal line. And that's impressive. The other thing I wanted you to take notice of was the blindfold. Why do you think he put a blindfold on the player? Because he knew what the internal goal of that player was. Just what the coach said. But the coach knew that he had a lot more in him. He pushed him all the way to the goal line. And it was because of that blindfold. He didn't stop when he still had stuff left in the tank. So the best part of the video, I believe, is when the coach challenged Brock even more. Now what he did, he crawled all the way to the goal line. And that was outstanding. But the coach challenged him. He said, God's gifted you with the ability of leadership. Don't waste it. And then he asked him, can I count on you? Can he count on him to be a leader? Now, if that doesn't motivate you to go and be the leader of that team, be the leader of that company or organization, then I don't know what will. But I think Brock's going to be a very good leader. I think he's now motivated to be a great leader. If you watch the movie, you'll see how it all plays out. But I believe that just that instance right there can propel him for life. That's an experience he will never forget. That is a motivational experience that he can always reach back to and draw from to get him to achieve more. Just that one instance. That one 5-minute instance when he death crawled the entire field with a 160-pound player on his back. So I'll leave you with 2 questions. In your life, who can be your blindfold? Or what can be your blindfold? We all have blindfolds in life that can push us to achieve more. So what are they going to be? And my next question is, when you don't have a coach around you, what or who can be your coach to push you to achieve even more? So I hope that left you with a few things about motivation, and I hope you guys have a very successful career, both in school and afterwards. Thanks for your attention today. Appreciate it.